Cosmic horror set in gritty, grimy, dirty 1990 New York City. Definitely sign me up for that. If that sounds like something you're interested in, stick around after the intro. What's up, everybody? My name is Brad, and today I'm back with another book review for you guys. If you happen to be new to the channel, I read a lot of Indian small prose horror, a little bit of fantasy, a little bit of sci-fi. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below. Check out some of the other content on the channel, and maybe you'll discover a book that you enjoy. But for today's book review, we're going to be talking about The Worm and His Kings by Hailey Piper. This is the second book that's been put out by Off Limits Press, and as far as I'm concerned, they're batting 2 for 2. Both of the books were really fantastic, and I can't wait to see what else they have in the future. For Hailey Piper, this is actually my second experience reading her work. I read one of her short stories in the Worst Laid Plans anthology earlier this year. It's called Unkindly Girls, was the name of her story. And after reading that and getting a small glimpse at her writing talent there, and hearing great things about some of her other longer fiction, like The Possession of Natalie Glasgow and Benny Rose, the Cannibal King, I was excited to read some more of her longer fiction for myself. This one, it's a novella. It's still short. It is 114 pages, but obviously longer than a short story. And I was excited to sink my teeth into some more of her meatier work, I guess you could say. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the actual book we're here to review, and that is, of course, The Worm and His Kings. First off, right off the bat, I love the title of the book. It sounds just epic. It sounds like something you should say in a deep voice. The Worm and His Kings. I don't know. I picture Bryan Cranston reading the Ozymandias poem. If you haven't seen that, that's what I picture the voice sounding like. But sidetracked. When you read that title, it feels like a story that is going to be sprawling and mighty and grandiose, and we do get glimpses of this larger world, this grander universe, this unfathomable infinity, but strip all of the cosmic horror sort of window dressing away, and really here at its core what you have is a much more personal and intimate story about love and discovering one's identity and acceptance. So as I said at the beginning, our story here takes place in 1990 in New York City. Go Yankees! But we are following our protagonist, Monique, and she's living on the streets. She's basically homeless after a series of unfortunate circumstances. And we found out really early on that her girlfriend, Donna, has gone missing. She slipped through the cracks. In the city that never sleeps, what's one more person missing out of a population of millions of people? Monique, she really has no one to turn to for help, and so she takes it up on herself to investigate and sort of find out what happened to her girlfriend, Donna, what was behind the disappearance. So after a while, she starts to hear these rumors of this sort of monstrous creature who's been snatching other women off the street, and Monique sort of, thinks, maybe what if Donna isn't actually missing? What if she was actually abducted? So after Monique sort of learns that Donna might have actually been abducted, we follow her on her search as she traverses the gritty and grimy underbelly of the city before eventually descending down the wormhole, sort of much like Alice in Wonderland, into the shadowy, disorientating, alien, subterranean world that really defies the laws of logic and understanding. Despite the mind sort of shattering new reality that Monique finds herself in, that she's confronted with in this new world, really her only priority is finding Donna. That's really all that matters to her, and Monique's love for Donna is a love that would tear a universe apart. And that's sort of stealing from a quote in the book, and I'll reveal the whole quote later on. It's one I really enjoy, the one that really stuck out to me. So let's pump the brakes a little bit. Let's backtrack some to before Donna went missing, before Monique became homeless, and talk about this love and get some more perspective on how important this love is to the story. It's sort of the beating heart of the story here. The love that Monique and Donna share, it's a really powerful thing. It was this love that at one point it burned down the life that Monique had, but in the same instance, it sundered the shackles of the person that she was expected to be by the people that she thought loved her the most. It was this love that set her free, that allowed her true identity to come out of the shadows into the light for everyone to see. No one had ever loved or accepted Monique like Donna had, and that is sort of the essence of the story, how powerful and palpable that love is and how important it is to the story here. So all the characters in the book, they're all really well done, but Monique shines the brightest here. She's the one that steals the show. She has this raw emotional depth to her, and through the use of flashbacks, we get to learn about her haunted past, about how the mental and physical scars of her past have sort of formed and shaped her into the woman, literally, that she is today. And it's this pain, but it's also her perseverance that really propel the story forward in her search for Donna and search for her love. And Piper really did a great job at crafting a character in Monique that you can feel for, that you can sympathize with, and cheer on in spite of the odds that are all stacked up against her in what she's going through in this sort of cosmic horror world that she ends up finding herself in. So with all these otherworldly cosmic horrors at play, Piper does a really fantastic job of not letting this narrative get away from us, get away from the readers, by keeping us firmly and solely grounded in the narrative by something that we can comprehend and recognize, and that is the love. I keep harping on this love. Love is the thread that holds this narrative tapestry together. And I've said it before, I'm not one for a love story. I don't like love stories, but here it was fantastically done, and it was all cloaked in this cosmic horror goodness, which I guess for me is the best way to ingest a love story. But it's not beating you over the head with this love story like a romance book would do or whatnot. It's just these subtle undertones of love, these deeper themes of love that come out through all these other horrors that are going on. And another thing I really liked, being in cosmic horror, dealing with either elder gods or just these beings beyond, your comprehension to even understand or fathom it all. The ending is something I really enjoyed. It ends in really the only way a cosmic horror should when dealing with things like that, and that is just utter bleakness. This is something I want to do. I don't do this really ever. I don't think I've ever done it, honestly. But there are some passages here. I just picked out 3. I could have picked out a whole lot more, but I didn't want to take too much away from the book. I want to read some passages in here that really stood out and stuck with me, that I really enjoyed. And this goes back to the tearing the universe apart quote I had from earlier. That's one of these. I'm going to read 3 really quick, and these just really stuck out to me and I think showcase what a great writer Hailey Piper really is. So the first one, we tear the universe apart for the people we love, but sometimes we forget to love ourselves. I really like that one. That one's good. Another one, she once fantasized tragic deaths. Only later did she dare fantasize tragic lives. And finally, the last one, a shorter one, healing and harm could be a matter of perspective. I really like that one. If you think about that one's super deep. I really like that one. But to close out our review, a viciously bleak tale harboring but a sliver of hope. The Worm and His Kings by Hailey Piper is mind-warping cosmic horror, firing on all cylinders while seamlessly weaving in timely social commentary on gender and identity. With razor-sharp prose reminiscent of Clive Barker, Piper pulls you along through the wormhole for a story that is at times riveting, heartwarming, and horrifying. This has been my 4-star review. I'm giving it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I'm excited to try out more of Hailey Piper's work. I think I have The Possession of Natalie Glasgow and The Cannibal King both on Kindle. I'm definitely looking forward to reading those. If you like cosmic horror with some more, humanity type of themes in it, like love and identity and acceptance and those kind of things, definitely check this one out. Again, like I said, I gave it 4 stars. Hailey Piper also has her debut novel coming out in 2021. I think it's called The Queen and Her Teeth, or The Teeth of the Queen, something like that. And it's from Rooster Republic Press, I believe. I might be off on that. But, you know, with how good this is and with how good I'm expecting the other novellas she has out, I can't wait to read her novel. But again, I'm getting a little bit rambly, so I'll go ahead and close it out. Again, this has been my 4-star review of The Worm and His Kings by Hailey Piper from Awful Miss Press. I truly enjoyed it. Great cosmic horror. Definitely should check it out if you are a fan of cosmic horror. But that is all I have for you guys today, so thank you for spending your time with me. Again, my name is Brad, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.